Hello and greetings. Back again. My name is Camden. Thank you for tuning in at the moment. In today's video, I'm going to share with you the 3 most important money-making questions that you can ask your students as an online English teacher. There's literally an endless supply of questions that you can ask your students, and these are the questions that I have found out to work best for me and for my experience, and found out that it has made me quite a successful online English teacher. So what am I doing? Just sharing and relaying what works best for me, and perhaps you could try it and see if it works for you. Okay? So the first thing I want you guys to ask yourself is this: when you wake up in the morning, did you send a bilingual, positive message with a photo image to your students? So it doesn't matter if a student has not had class with you in 2 weeks or 1 month. When you go to your profile and you see all your students that you've had class with, this is what I'm talking about. You need to go into that first student that you had a long time ago or recently, depending on where your career as an online English teacher is. So when you wake up in the morning, remember Beijing time. So I'm 1 hour behind the Beijing time zone. So 8 a.m. for Beijing is 8 a.m. for Beijing is 7 a.m. for Thailand. So if I wake up, I look at, say, 50 students, right? For me, it's going to be the students that I had class with the day before. Or even if I missed some messages, I could do the whole entire week of all the students, as a big recap. But basically, the students that I had from yesterday, right? And for you, depending on how many regular students you have, how many lessons you have each day, just take this into account for all your students, okay? So when I mean a bilingual positive message, it's very simple. Find a photo, and in this case, it's the Dragon Boat Festival coming up. So have a picture of something like a dragon boat. You could put text on there, good morning, have a great day. Just something very simple like that. Now here's the thing. If you do it one time, some people may not even look at it. Some people might look at it, and some people might look at it and write back to you. But if you do this consistently every day, that is what truly makes the difference. Because just like uploading these YouTube videos every day, the more that I remain consistent and speaking my truth to deliver this message to you, you're going to benefit from it, boom, right there on the spot, and then you can apply these steps, take action, and see what works best for you. So you need to send that message. What I would do when I used to have groups back in 2017, I spent a lot of time, I put a lot of attention and a lot of concentration on the pictures that I'm going to use for my lives, for my group, and also that I'm going to send to my students individually. So it's up to you about what you want to send. You can send something all text. Good morning, have a great day, okay? So you have the photo image, you can put text in there. It's up to you. It could be a seal, it could be a dolphin, it could be a whale, it could be a frog. That's why it's important for you to understand the likes and dislikes of your students. And if you don't know, perhaps go to their profile before the lesson, and you might be able to get an idea from the books that they've read on the Palfish reading app. Sometimes there's a little bit of a written intro the student might have, and they might also have pictures. Some students do upload pictures, and you can save that image, and when you have the lesson with them, it's going to be really on, because they think, wow, the teacher saw my picture. It makes them excited. It makes them feel like you care about them. You got to create a caring environment. So back to sending the messages to the students, it's something that you need to do consistently every single day, because people are asking me, I've been on Palfish for 2 months, I've been on Palfish for 3 months, and I have some regular students, but I'm not really getting the bookings that I truly want. I'm not getting a full schedule. So I recommended to a new teacher today, I wrote the message to her and just said, hey, I see that your weekends are not open, And I believe that if you open up your weekends, Saturday and Sunday, because it's the busiest time by far as an online English teacher, if you open up your weekend schedule, more parents will see that your weekend is open, number one, that you're more available, and number two, some students cannot have a class during the weekday because the schedule is too packed. So then Saturday and Sunday is their only opportunity to have that English lesson with a native English speaker, on the course. So opening up that weekend schedule is going to have a huge benefit. It's going to open up more opportunities, and you're going to be able to get introduced, and have classes with new students. So again, I can't stress that enough. I really can't. I just want you guys to fully understand that about sending a picture and then a message and having it in Chinese, having it in English. Doesn't need to be some super long message. One sentence, a phrase, 2 sentences, 3 sentences, and that's it. And don't get all wrapped up around it that they didn't write back or they didn't write back. Don't worry about it. Just do it because it's a great thing to do, and it's not going to hurt you. It's only going to help you. Okay? Number 2, a really important question that you need to ask yourself is, look, I just took all these notes. Where's number 2? Okay, this is so key, and I'm so happy that I finally figured out what I've been trying to communicate to you on many of these videos about why it's important to be interested in the Chinese culture, to start learning the Chinese language, also writing the Chinese characters, is because, for example, I had some class with some new students today and also some relatively new regular students. And when I showed them pictures of when I was in Beijing, they were super excited, and it just went from a 6 or a 7 in the beginning of the class, and it like quickly jumped up to a 9 or 10 because the student was a little bit shy getting going, and then when you show them something that they're familiar with and that the teacher went to their home country, wow, it's amazing. So I want you to ask yourself this question. Okay, so this is just relatively speaking, I'm from the USA, okay? So how would you feel or think if your student visits the USA or wherever your home country is? You have a new student or a regular student, really think about it. And you have that student and they say, where are you from? You're asking questions and things are going back and forth, and oh, did you go on vacation? There's a lot of questions that you can ask where you can kind of pull this from. But just for example, no matter how you got to that part, when the student says, yeah, I went to America, or in some cases, my student has a sister or a brother, and they study in America. They are a reporter in America. Like, there's a lot of things, and sometimes in Canada, or sometimes in the UK, they go visit. So when I see a picture, say, the Grand Canyon, and my student's at the Grand Canyon, that's amazing. And I wrote this down specifically because, of course, you're going to feel like there's a deeper connection automatically if they visited your home country, and then they have pictures to show forth, right? Because it puts you on a completely different frequency than your connection with other students. Because that student visited your home country, they know things that you have experienced and that no other student can relate to that, because now that student went there, visited, experienced, ate there, slept there, and now they come back to their home country in China and they have a whole new awareness about where they visited in America or in the UK or Australia, right? You get what I'm saying? You guys are going to be on a great frequency, and both are going to resonate much more effectively. So I want you guys to really think about that, because the more interest, the more you show. I have sometimes, look, it's not like you're going to have a fluent conversation in Mandarin Chinese with your students. I don't think any parent wants that, okay? But many times when I'm showing them food, like a dumpling, and I say, oh, 饺子, 饺子. And then if I say it a little bit wrong, they'll kind of laugh and they'll say, no, teacher, it's 饺子, 饺子. And then like you can hear the mom or the dad in the back and they get excited. You can hear the way that the tone of voice, that it's like interest, it's curiosity. That's what's so amazing for me about the Chinese people is they have an amazing level of curiosity and to understand things about the world. And that's the kind of experience I've been having with my students on Palfish. So then number 3 is, and yeah, it's so basic, where are you from? Okay, so for example, if someone is not interested in the Chinese culture, just for example, okay, like the opposite of what I do, right? And the opposite of my personality. So if I just, hi, how are you? Where are you from? Oh, Shanghai. Okay. And then, okay, let's start the lesson. Like it goes from, oh, you're from Shanghai. Okay, I'm from America. Okay, let's start the lesson. There's no connection. You didn't resonate with the student at all. But if you know about the geography in China, if you know about the different provinces and things like that, when you ask a student, for example, they're always going to say, I'm from China, 85% of the time. I've had a few students, sometimes they'll say the city before the country. So, for example, today this happened in my lesson and I wrote it down, took a quick note. And I asked, hey, where are you from? And they say, oh, Hangzhou. I'm sorry. They said, I'm from China. And I say it just like this. I do it all the time. They say, I'm from China. Okay, I know you're from China, but where in China are you from? Now, many times they don't know where are you from in China. They don't know where are you from in China. So sometimes the mom or dad might, yeah, you know, we're here, you know. And then the boy, but that wasn't the case with this student. He knew where in China. So he said, I'm from Hangzhou. So do you know where Hangzhou is? Right now, I'm talking to you. Do you know where Hangzhou is? If you don't, you need to go look it up. Hangzhou is Hangzhou. Hangzhou. So I know where that is because I love geography and I've been teaching Chinese students now for a good 3 years. So I said, okay, so when they tell you where their city is from or they show you from China and they don't know what city, boom, go into your photo library, pull up a really good Chinese map, okay? And when you do that, it's perfect because then they can circle. Sometimes the parent might help. Many times the student already knows and can circle it, right? And then, for example, Hangzhou is close to Shanghai. So without showing him the map in this lesson, he said, I'm from Hangzhou. I said, wow, did you go to the West Lake? Hangzhou has the West Lake. And then, yeah, I went to the West Lake, teacher, and he's surprised because I know about the West Lake. And then I said, Hangzhou is close to Shanghai. And he said, yes, teacher, I went to Shanghai. And then I have another picture in my photo library of the #1 Chinese soccer team, and it's at the Shanghai Stadium Park. So I quickly uploaded that in like 2 seconds, and then he sees it. He loves soccer. Many of them call it football. So he loves football, and he even knew one of the players. He said, my dad likes this player so much. And wow, within the first 5 minutes of the lesson with I think I had 2 classes with him, so it's basically a new student. We're still learning from each other, learning about each other. And it went from the beginning of the lesson, and then I found out, where are you from? That one question. This is why I'm taking the time to explain this to you guys out there, because when you ask that, where are you from, you need to be prepared. Exactly what I said. Where in China are you from if they say that, okay? And if they don't know, show the map. And then get them to circle it. They're engaged, it's interactive, it's about something familiar, their home country, you see, and the parent knows and feels a little bit more trusting with you as the teacher to instruct their child. Okay, that's why things work out really well for me on Palfish, because everything I've said right now in this video to you is exactly what I do. And you don't need to do it 100% like I do, but I'm sharing with you things that work really great for me, and then you can implement it into your lesson and see how it goes. So in addition, the last thing, number 4, the last question that you need to ask that always going to be able to get you more bookings, which equals more money, equals more teaching hours, and more experience for you, and more opportunities to learn from your students, you know, and to try new things and see what works and what doesn't work, and strengths and weaknesses and the likes and dislikes of your students. Always ask, which is your favorite for everything. I really do that. In the pictures on the slides from the lesson, I say, which is your favorite? What is your favorite? And then I'll show pictures. The kids really like these modern houses that I show lately, or a superhero. It could be anything. It could be 4 different animals, right? It could be different types of ice cream, right? And I'll say, which one is your favorite? You could do a photo grid and put 4 pictures all in one, right? Or you could, sometimes I'll show one ice cream photo and I show them the first one, and then I show them the second one. Then so they get that in their head, so they know what they like. And then I'll show them the first one again. And again, real quick, this is why I want to have that iPad Pro in August. So again, big technology upgrades coming for this channel. Just to show you guys, it's not me just talking about what I do, but I'm going to show you directly what I do in my lesson and how effective it is. So when you ask your student which is your favorite, you can start to become more aware and collect data right here on your students so that you know what they like. So in the next lesson, you can have a few pictures about things that they like, that make them happy. Maybe they had a rough day at school, or maybe they have a lot of homework, and you show them a picture of ice cream, and it could turn from, I'm tired from homework, to, oh, I love chocolate ice cream, teacher. Okay, you guys get the idea? You gotta be a leader in the lesson. So, for example, when I told my student I'm in Thailand, many students have already visited Thailand. So if you don't know how to say Thailand in Chinese, it's Thai Guo, just like America is Mei Guo. England is Inguo. It's like a Guo, Guo. It's like a up and down kind of flow. So it's Thai Guo, Thai Guo, Thai Guo. And if I'm wrong, correct me, please. But when I say that in class, all the students understand. And then they say, oh yeah, I went to Thailand. I know. They have the elephants. And I say, yeah, do you like the elephants? And he's like, yeah, I touched the elephants. And I said, me too. And then, boom, I went to an elephant park in Chiang Mai. So I already have that photo on my photo library. Show the student, wow, amazing. He can see a baby elephant, my hands on it. And that creates visual representation. It creates the resonance. It creates a different type of frequency that you can get on the same level with your student. And kids know real from fake. So if you're a real online English teacher with passion and caring, and that you really care about your students, they're gonna know it, and they're gonna tell their mom and dad, I really like this teacher. He makes me happy, or she makes me happy. And again, that's why I have so many regular students. And yes, I do have a lot of new students, when I open up on a Saturday, Sunday, but many of them are regular students, and they're waiting for my schedule to open up. Okay? So, wow. Really hit a lot of things. And these are a couple bonuses. This is one extra bonus. So with some of your advanced students, parents really love this, and the kids like it too. So for example, when you say all of them, you say, hey, listen, we like to say all of them, all of them, all of all of or you can say all of them. And so then sometimes the parent will want to listen because they want to get in on the English lesson, right? And sometimes the mom, most of the time, but sometimes, one time I have, not one time, but I have a regular student, both mom and dad are English teachers in China. So sometimes I have this one student, her mom's an English teacher, and she doesn't interfere with the lesson, but I know she's interested because she's like right there, and she'll comment a lot and sometimes help her daughter, in the lesson with English. and she can learn something too, and the kid can learn something. So it's like I'm pleasing the best of both worlds, okay? And this is what, again, it all comes back to understanding the Chinese culture, being a leader, how to instruct in the lesson, and how to keep things running smoothly, and how to diversify, and how to understand the body language of the student. And that's why that eye contact is so critical. So lots of great things. You know, there's so many things I could share with you guys. It's endless. But I'm going to stop right there. Those are the most important 4 questions that you need to ask yourself, and then also in the lesson. So hopefully this was able to break through to you, and you can apply these steps into your lessons. And thank you guys so much. This week has been truly incredible. The last 4 days, able to put out the video on the best 3-day money-making opportunities for teaching English online. Dragon Boat Festival coming up. And I am going to update my live story every 24 hours. It, you know, gets rid of your photos. So I'll put the Dragon Boat Festival photos back up there. Don't worry. Thank you for letting me know, Tutor Dan, if you're still listening. I know it's a long video. And then I also hit the, you know, how to make $4,101 with a 3-day vacation every month. And that video was out yesterday. And it seems like a lot of people liked it. And thanks for everyone commenting on the first day. I got back to everyone. And again, I just really excited to see where this channel is going to go, and being able to interact with different success stories from online English teachers. That's all coming. And again, I've heard some people saying, I really want you to help, you know, online coach me through video, help me become a better online teacher. I'm open for it. You got to show your seriousness and your persistence to get my attention, and to really let me know that you're ready to take your life and your teaching career to the next level. And I'll be here to guide you, encourage you, and motivate you each step of the way. So make sure you stay happy, stay healthy, and right here, stay wealthy. This is Camden Long signing off for June 5th, Wednesday, having the best day of my life as an online English teacher on Palfish. It's truly the teacher dream job and creating the teacher dream life. And let me know how I can help you. Thank you so much. Sawadee Kap. Muchas gracias por todo aquí en Tailandia y en el todo el mundo. Muchas gracias, mis amigos y mis amigas. Thank you guys so much. Have a great day.